To help you communicate with your clients, ATX provides standard and customizable letters that you can print for your clients to let them know specifics about their tax returns. You can automatically add client letters to all tax returns and preferences, or add a client letter when you prepare a tax return. There are 4 standard client letters. You can use the federal letter, federal estimate letter, the state or local letter, or the state or local estimate letter. You can make changes to the standard letter using preferences, or you can make changes to all standard letters while in a return. To change letter preferences, click Preferences in Return Manager. Click Client Communication to access letter options. Here, you can choose to automatically add client letters, estimate letters, cover sheets, and mailing slips to a return. Select the checkbox for Federal or State and Local for any letter you want to add in every return. ATX only applies the changes to returns you create after you set these preferences. You can also combine your client and estimate letters, include privacy notices, and combine the federal and state letter. Select any options you want to apply. At the bottom of this tab, you can customize the information ATX displays in standard letters. First, select a letter type from the drop-down list. ATX defaults all paragraphs to display. Clear the checkbox for any paragraph you do not want to include in your letters. For example, if you do not want to include your preparer address in the letter because it is already part of your letterhead, clear this checkbox. You can also rearrange the order of the paragraphs. Use the arrows to the right of the section to move paragraphs up and down in the list. After making changes in preferences, remember to click Apply to save the changes. To make modifications in the letter options page, you must first open a return that contains a client letter. Click the letter, and then click Letter Options. Here, you can make changes to how the letter prints, how to indicate e-file status, the salutation, and pronouns used. You can also edit the paragraphs here, just as you did in Preferences. If you have an existing client letter in a return, click the client letter, and then click Edit Formatting to open the Client Communication Manager. All letter templates are stored in Client Communication Manager. These templates pull content dynamically through variables based on information in the tax return. This includes custom templates. Double-click the Federal Client Letter template to display it in the editing pane. Using Client Communication Manager, you can edit the template for the open return or make changes for all future returns. You can enter additional text, add variables, add a signature or logo, and change the font, size, and color. To add text, click the location in the letter where you want to add information. Then type the text. Drag and drop any variables you want to add from the variables list to the area in the letter template where you want it to display. Variables display as blue text and pull the listed information from the return when printed. Remember that you can only add variables while you're in an open return. To add a logo or signature, click Tools. Click Insert Image. Browse and select the image file from your computer. ATX adds the image where your cursor is placed in the template. You can move it if needed. After making your changes, click Save. You can save a local copy or save to a global template. If you save a local copy, ATX only makes changes to this return. If you choose Save to Global, ATX applies the changes to any letter you add from this point forward. After selecting the option you want, click Save. ATX applies the changes to the letter. Remember that you can also add a template to an open return. To do this, follow the steps you use to add a standard client letter, but choose a template instead. You can add an engagement letter, individual tax due, individual refund, cover sheet, mailing slip, or a blank template to the return. Use the blank template for flexibility in designing any type of communication to your customers. As with the standard letters and other templates, you can pull information from the tax returns, Attach a letter created with a blank template to the tax return, and print the letter with the return to retain a comprehensive customer tax package, all in ATX. Edit this template just as we discussed with the standard letter, adding text, variables, and your logo as needed. When you finish editing the template, save it either globally or locally.